Welcome to Just Minding My Business Radio, where we are moving at the speed of God, learning what we didn't know we didn't know. I'm your host, Ida Crawford, so grab a pen and paper and get ready for information that you can use.
Welcome to this evening's broadcast for Just Minding My Business. This is Ruth Haskins, your co-host for the evening, and joining me is
Ida Crawford, your host.
Thank you, Ida, for being here for this episode of Just Minding My Business, and welcome to our listening audience for a really innovating talk and conversation with Adrienne Hill. Adrienne Hill is a registered nurse in the women's health field for about 20 years. She has always had a passion for helping others. This passion was further fulfilled when she opened the doors to HourGlass Body Contouring Spa, a place where her clients can relax, feel renewed, and target stubborn problem areas on the body. Patented LED light therapy paired with ultrasonic cavitation bursts opens fat cells so that it can be naturally processed by the body, creating a smoother, slimmer look with no pain or downtime. The technology is amazing, but Adrienne says that her favorite part of the process is seeing her clients' confidence grow as they see results, because putting a smile on someone's face is priceless. Welcome, Adrienne Hill, to Just Minding My Business.
Good evening, ladies, and thank you so much for having me. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here.
Well, we thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be on our program and to bring information to our listening audience that will certainly benefit them and encourage them. So I guess my first question to you is, you're a registered nurse. You've been a registered nurse for about 20 years, working in women's health. So what experiences did you have working these 20 years that led you to this desire to help women with weight and body image?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. So I got started about 20 years ago in women's health, teaching childbirth classes in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, doing home visits on pregnant teenagers with a social worker. And that eventually led to me taking a job in a very busy labor and delivery suite here in Baltimore, Maryland. And what ends up happening is when you are taking care of women and you're going through such a life-changing process as having a child, bring another child into your family, or on some sad occasions, not all pregnancies end in a healthy delivery of a baby that you go home with. But either way, I was taking care of women hands-on through very life-changing moments. And in those moments, you bond with them. You kind of become their therapist. You're not just the person there that's taking care of them. And, I got to know a lot of my patients, actually became friends with them. And what I realized is that I was in a position to come into women's lives and help them and make them feel better about themselves. Because we as women, no matter where you're from, no matter what your background is, we're all kind of hard on ourselves in some way, shape, or form. Either we feel like we're not doing enough for our family, for the husband, for the kids, or we're not working enough on our career. And then on top of all of that, the world expects us to look flawless at the same time, because we have these images out there of what a woman is supposed to look like. And so I just decided, as someone who's also struggled with weight my entire life, I just felt like, man, it would be great to just be able to have something where I could personally just have any type of environment where a woman could come in, relax, do a little something to make her feel better about herself, something non-invasive, nothing that has any serious risk associated with it. But during that time, she can relax, she can decompress, she's doing something that's good for her, getting some me time in, and, just let all of those outside stress and worries kind of just melt away. And so that, combined with my own lifelong struggle with weight is kind of where I got the idea for body contouring, because we all feel better. No matter what shape or size you are, you feel good when your clothes are fitting and, your pants aren't too tight, that dress is fitting you well, and that could be happening whether you're a size 6 or a size 16 or a size 26. If your clothes don't fit right, you feel self-conscious about that. So I just love being in that position where I can help you lose some inches, fit better into your clothes, or even lose weight altogether. But at the same time, you can do it in a relaxing, healing environment.
Excellent. That sounds really relaxing. Like
I'm getting relaxed already.
The therapy that you use sounds very interesting. It's innovative. I've never heard of it before. Patented LED light therapy paired with ultrasonic cavitation burst. Can you explain that to us in layman's terms?
Okay, absolutely. So this is really, really exciting. It's cutting-edge technology, and I'm excited to say that in the Baltimore area, I'm the only one who is offering this particular machine. But what it is, back in as early as the 1980s, NASA, so we're talking about, super science-y people, NASA did a lot of research and experiments in outer space, and what they discovered is that there's certain wavelengths of light that had various effects on our cells on a microscopic cellular level. And those differences included healing, the forming of collagen and elastin. And collagen and elastin are the part of your skin that makes your skin tight. So when you have that loose, saggy skin, you're lacking collagen and elastin. So when we can stimulate the production of that, it tightens out the skin, smooths out lines and wrinkles, things of that nature, and also improves circulation, these wavelengths. So the machine that we call LipoMelt, that's the name of the LED machine, it delivers more of those particular wavelengths. They're very specific part of the spectrum, the light spectrum, then specifically the mid-600 nanometers, a very fancy term for there's a whole lot of wavelengths out there. There's a very specific one that we use. But our system delivers the most of those wavelengths than any other light on the market. And so what happens is our clients end up with a deeper, more complete exposure to these lights, and it's totally safe because it's LED light. So it's just like the light bulb that you may have in your kitchen or in your bathroom in your home right now. It's just because of the specific wavelength it has been proven to affect the human body on a cellular level. The other cool thing that it does, because of the specific wavelength it kind of damages, permeates is a better word, the membrane of the fat cell. So you have your juicy fat cells that are in your body. I always say picture like a nice juicy grape. It has that thin skin going around it, holding everything in. Imagine that grape is your fat cell, and imagine we can kind of poke holes or kind of break down the integrity of the skin of that grape. All the juiciness kind of would leak out. That's exactly what these wavelengths also do to our fat cells. So those fatty acids that were inside come out of the cell during treatment, and the big question I get is, where does it go? Mm-hmm. And the answer is it goes into your lymphatic system. Are you ladies familiar with the lymphatic system?
Somewhat, but I think our listening audience would like to hear a little bit about that.
Okay. Well, the lymphatic system is a system that runs through your body parallel to your circulatory system. So everybody is familiar with veins and arteries and how they go through your body and carry blood. The lymphatic system is just like that, but I want you to think of it as like the sewage removal system for your body. So it gathers up all the toxins, all the waste, all the gunk from your system, carries it through your liver, your kidneys, so that your body can filter it out and get rid of it. And that's what happens when we go to the bathroom and when we sweat. We're getting rid of all those toxins. Some of your listeners that get massages, or if maybe you've had a massage in the past, and at the end the masseuse will say something like, Now make sure you drink a lot of water to help flush out the toxins we release from your tissues. Well, what we're doing is turning the fat that was in that cell into kind of like a toxin so that your body can process it the same way and get rid of it the same way. So when it goes through that lymphatic system, it's carried to the liver, it's carried to the kidneys, all to be filtered out and be eliminated naturally when you go to the bathroom or when you work out and sweat. So that's the entire process. It's totally natural. It's totally safe. I always say to people, if you were looking at a spectrum of body contouring from doing absolutely nothing to having plastic surgery and, something that extreme, we're closer to the end of, in terms of invasiveness, doing nothing, because literally you're laying there with these nice warm lights on you. A lot of my clients fall asleep. It's actually one of my favorite parts of the treatment is when I hear one of my clients snoring in the next room, because that lets me know that they are relaxed. So, the treatment is going with these nice warm lights, just shining down on you, on the area that we want to focus on. And so that's literally what the treatment is, and that's where the relaxing part comes in. So you would never know that underneath all of that sleep or that 20-minute nap that you get while you're on the light, because that's how long the session is, that your lymphatic system is working to get rid of this fat that we're releasing.
That is awesome. That is most interesting. Now, I have just a vanity question, totally vanity. Does it work on bat wings?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. So, there are some parts of the body that are easier to treat than others, and arms are an area where it's definitely a combination of skin tightening and using the LED light therapy. Because in addition to the LED light therapy, we can offer cavitation or radio frequency skin tightening. And those are two different therapies that do two different things, but they both complement the LED light therapy very well. And so cavitation is when we just use the ultrasound machine. And some of our listeners may have seen videos of this on social media where you'll see somebody laying down where another person is rubbing like this probe. Kind of looks like an ultrasound probe, but they're rubbing it on their belly. And you could tell there's like oil or gel or something on there, and you're like, what are they doing? So that's cavitation. And what that is doing is creating microscopic bubbles in the fat tissue so that it pops open. And so it's the same process as the light. It's bursting that fat cell so that we can get to that juice on the inside and get it to the lymphatic system so that your body can process it and drain it, just like with the LED light therapy. So what I tend to do is do a double where you can have some cavitation to really pop open that cell, follow with the light to really help drain it away, and you get nice results. Now, with the arms, which you were asking about, sometimes that's just loose skin. Sometimes it's not like juicy fat. If you have any part of the body, whether it's that the mommy belly is what I call it. Some of our moms have had a couple kids and they have that loose skin on their belly. The arms is another popular area. Well, in that area, we can do what's called radio frequency or RF skin tightening. And all it does is use the energy from radio frequency to stimulate even more collagen in the skin to tighten it up. So we can do that skin tightening on the arms, on the stomach. I even just did somebody's chin earlier today to tighten up that area. And then we follow up with the LED light therapy to get even more draining, more tightening for a nice result.
Let me ask you this. Oh, this is really fascinating. I've got a couple of questions rolling around. But first, when someone comes to you, do they need to do any preparation before their first treatment? What is the outline that you give your new client as they walk into this treatment?
Yeah, so when you first come, you want to be hydrated. Don't eat anything for an hour before the session, just 1 hour, but you want to be hydrated. And we do encourage exercise, but we just encourage it after your session. Reason being is because we want you to use the tools that you have on hand to help with these sessions that you're getting. So if we can, liquefy that fat, get it out of the cells, get it into your lymphatic system so that it can be flushed out. Once again, exercise, sweating is a great way to help get rid of it. So exercise will come after your session, not before. So if someone's walking in, be hydrated, don't have anything to eat for an hour, don't have any heavy lotions or shea butters or anything like that, because the light has to be able to penetrate the skin. It's just shining on you, but the wavelengths, they go through the pores of the skin. So anything that's blocking that is going to impede your results. So a lot of ladies come in a bathing suit or a bikini or, a bra and underwear, just so that we can actually get to the part of the body that you want to be focused on. But other than that, there's no other big things you have to do. If you're having the face done, because we do have a face mask, no makeup. And when I mean makeup, foundation. Same principle as the lotion. It's blocking the pores.
Mm-hmm. I have one question. How long do you have to go through the treatments in order to see results?
So most of my clients see a nice result at around session 6, 7, or 8. So around 6 to 8 treatments, you can see a nice result then. And actually, it's part of our protocol to do pictures at your first session and then at session 6. So that way, it's really amazing. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and it truly is, because you may not notice the slight changes that are happening in your body, but when we do that before and after, side by side, the results are really amazing. So, but that's around the time that, most of my clients say, I direct quote, I had a client say to me that she didn't notice anything, and then one day after she got out of the shower, she happened to pass by a mirror while she was in the nude and had to do a double take because she realized that her back rolls were gone.
Wow.
And she paused and said, she noticed that her back rolls and her side rolls were melting away. And that was exactly at treatment number 6 for her. We laughed about that for a while.
Wow. Now, let me ask, is this an expensive process?
Absolutely not. It's incredibly affordable. And, this is permanent fat loss. So, they consider it non-surgical liposuction. So, you go, hey, listen, I told you guys in the beginning of this, I was someone who has struggled with weight my entire life. I've been to the doctors, the plastic surgeons, to get a quote on how much liposuction would cost. And you know what they told me? $12,000 was the last quote. $12,000 was the last quote I got. So our highest package, meaning the most sessions, someone can get 20 sessions of our therapy for $1,500.
Wow.
For the entire, and if someone goes through 20 sessions, the results are going to be absolutely insane. But we start off at packages of 6, and 6 sessions for the combination of cavitation and the LED light therapy is only $750. And in fact, what I would like to do is give a special to any of your listeners where if they call in to make an appointment and say, hello, my name is, and then fill in the blank, and I'm just minding my business. If you call in and say that quote, then you get 25% off any package.
Wow.
All right. Thank you for that.
Okay, so with that being said, we need your contact information.
Okay. So the shop itself is located in the Lutherville, Timonium area at 2080 York Road. I'm in a Phoenix salon suite. So for those people who are not familiar with Phoenix, They are really an awesome building concept where business owners can rent out suite space instead of taking on a whole shop. So I'm in suite number 121 in the Phoenix Salon Suites in Lutherville, Timonium. And the phone number to call to make an appointment is 443-564-4422. So that's 443-564-4422. We are also on Instagram and Facebook as HourGlass Body Contouring Spa. And the website for the business is simply hourglassbodyspa.com.
I'm very interested. Yes, because I'm one of those ladies that struggle with weight pretty much all my life. So I'm listening and I'm getting excited. Now, do you work with like the neck area? Because I know sometimes with seniors, they begin to get the sagging under the, I call it the chicken beak. That's what I call it.
I've heard it called a lot of things, and chicken beak is the first time I've heard that. I've heard the turkey gobble, turkey neck. But yes, that sagging skin that just comes with age, we do work on that as well. And for that area, it would be a session of skin tightening followed by the face mask. Because the face mask, it covers all the way from the top of your head and all the way down to just below your neckline. So it covers that whole area. So that it'll treat that whole thing.
Okay, I'm glad we hooked up because this is some really good information. Because I know there's some women out there that, you know, like you and I, that have struggled with weight forever, and you end up losing weight, but then there's those areas that just won't seem to go away, no matter what you do.
Right. And, you know, one of my favorite parts is just being a cheerleader for my clients, because losing weight is hard. And there are some people that are fortunate enough where it's not something they have to worry about. And then there are people like me where I look at a brownie and I gain 5 pounds. and it's just
understood.
It's not fair. And as someone who's always struggled with weight, one of the most frustrating things would be having some thin person who obviously has no clue what I'm going through tell me what I should do to lose weight, because they can't relate. They have no idea what the struggle is. And so I love being able to relate to my clients and say, listen, girl, I know it's hard, but what can we do to, you know, get a better diet? Because it's not just about our sessions. I want you to start eating better. I want you to get more exercise. These things, they all work together. Mm-hmm. So, you know, let's come up with a plan. Let's come up with goals so that when you leave me and I've emptied your fat cells, you're not just going to go and undo all the work we did.
Mm-hmm. That leads me to a question. Is there a nutrition aspect to your work, or do you recommend the afterward? Do you recommend a nutritionist? Do you recommend, you said that you'd say exercise is a part of it. Is there a particular type of exercise that you recommend? Do you recommend that, you know, working out at the gym, or just simple walking or going swimming? And is there a nutritional element to what you share?
Yeah, those are great questions and are very important points to make. So in terms of exercise, anything that's going to make you break a sweat, that's what, you know, that's what's good. So if that's running on the treadmill, if that's doing weight lifting or strength training, if it's Zumba, if it's, you know, walking outside because that's what you can do, anything that's going to make you break a sweat for a good 20 to 30 minutes. That's what we're talking about. In terms of nutrition, so there's twofold. I like to have that conversation with clients and just see, what type of eating habits they have. Because some people just need a little bit of guidance in the right direction, and just to be made aware of food choices they're making that could be hurting them that they're just not aware of. I spoke to a young lady. She doesn't even know how to read a nutrition label and what it even meant. So it was kind of cool to sit down and talk to her about, what she should be looking at. Then I do have a nurse practitioner that I'm partnered with. She has her own medical weight loss business. And essentially what she could do is everything from even more in detail, like if she needs to sit down with you, go over food diaries, things like that. She can do that all the way up to a lot of people are familiar with the MetaFast program where it's meal replacements. She offers that type of program as well. So it really, just depends on where you are and how much help you need, but we have a solution that can help anybody.
Well, we have a few minutes left. I wanted to ask you, you gave one example of one of your clients who walked past the mirror and had one of those aha moments. Mm-hmm. Would you share with us perhaps another moment when you had a client who maybe has come in very dubious, I want to do this, I'm willing to do this, but, I've tried so many things and I'm afraid of being disappointed. Can you take us from that point to the point where they really had that, wow, it's working, thank you so much? Do you have some experiences like that to share with our listening audience?
I have so many stories. One that sticks out was one of my very first clients. A gentleman came in, because we do have male clients as well. A gentleman came in, and he had been working for almost a year with a personal trainer, and this personal trainer had him using a specific app to track his calories and his food, and he had like this very complicated nutrition plan. I was talking about macronutrients and this and that. And his goal was to feel like he can put on some swim trunks, a bathing suit, and not feel self-conscious. That was his only goal. And he said, it's been almost a year that I've been working with this trainer and on his diet plan, and I still look the same. So he was very skeptical. He came in. He did what I call the welcome visit. So anybody who comes in the first time, you get what's called a welcome visit, where you can try a full session at half price. And there's no commitment. That way you can try it, see how your body responds before deciding to go into a package. So he came in for the welcome visit. And in that first visit, he lost, I can't remember the exact number because it was quite a while ago, but it was at least an inch and a half off of his abdomen in that first session. And he was saying that was more of a result that he saw in the 20 minutes of being on the light than he had gotten the whole year of being with his trainer. And, I mean, he went and wrote this amazing review for us on Yelp. It was insane. But he was very, very excited. And it felt good. It felt good. I had 2 other people come in who have both done cool sculpting. And cool sculpting is something that is, people are very familiar with these days. And they both felt like, it didn't really give them the results that they wanted after going through a whole package of sessions. And, they both had different opinions on it in terms of, from what I understand, it can be painful, and there was some bruising involved. So they just, they were once again skeptical. Came in to HourGlass, once again, that welcome visit. And just like within the first visit, most people lose anywhere from a half inch to an inch and a half off of their body. And the cool thing is, the more fat you have on you, the better your results are going to be. So, wow. So it's one of those reverse things, because if you think about it, we're draining fat cells. So the more fat you have on you, the more there is to drain. So they both had great results in their first welcome visit, and both said the same thing. I saw more of a difference in coming here meaning HourGlass, than they did through cool sculpting.
And what is that technique? What did you call it?
Cool sculpting?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cool sculpting, you see commercials and everything for it. It's when they freeze the fat cells, and then they freeze the fat cells, and then your body processes them and flushes them out. Kind of the same process in terms of what your body is doing that we do, but they use a freezing method to do it. So that's been a feedback that I've gotten, because I've gotten a couple of clients that came from getting cool sculpting and then preferred what we do, because the cool sculpting process can be a little painful, uncomfortable, and mine isn't at all. So that's one thing. But, the biggest testimony I can give you is myself. I went through a crazy transformation in doing these treatments, to the point where people were like, "Did you have surgery?" There were some people who thought I had liposuction, that I had gone to a plastic surgeon and had fat taken off of me, because of the results I had. And in my before picture and my after picture, and both of these pictures are all on social media, they're on the website. You may not know it's me because I don't always like to own up to it. But there's I don't like to own up to it. In person, I'll point it out to you, but I'm not going to say it on the radio which before picture is mine because it's terrible. But there's a whole roll. You know how you don't know you have rolls on your sides and your back until you see a picture? There was a whole roll that I didn't know was there. And I was actually a little angry at my friends and family because they didn't tell me I had this roll. And when I saw the roll, I said, oh, my goodness, break out the butter because here are the rolls. And it was terrible. It was like Thanksgiving dinner on my body. And I went through just my first 9 sessions. And after 9 sessions, that roll was gone. And that was the thing that as a nurse, it really piqued my interest. I understood what was happening, and I said, man, I've got to share this with more people.
Wow. I'm already impressed, and you may be seeing me sooner than you think.
Oh, I'd love to have you.
Talking about with that roll on the back.
Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible.
Sometimes when we catch a sight of ourselves in the mirror, if we haven't really paid attention, it can be shocking and disheartening.
Right.
And it's nice. I know our listening audience, many of us are saying, I'll include myself in that group, oof, this sounds like something I would really like to try. So, Ms. Ida asked you earlier for all of your information. You also made an offer to our listening audience. Could you put that out there again for us?
Yes, absolutely. So if you call HourGlass Body Contouring Spa, the phone number is 443-564-4422, and just say, hey, my name is Adrienne, I'm just minding my business. If you just open the conversation with that, you automatically get 25% off any package.
All right. Okay. And give us that contact information again.
Sure. So the website is hourglassbodyspa.com. We're also on Facebook and Instagram as HourGlass Body Contouring Spa. And the phone number is 443-564-4422. And our physical address, we're located right at the corner of York Road and Timonium Road at the Phoenix Salon Suite number 121. The address is 2080 York Road, but it's a big shopping center, and the Phoenix Salon Suite is on the 2nd level.
Well, I am so excited about what we just heard. I learned a lot about the collagen because that's one of the things, as when you age, you lose that.
Yes, ma'am.
And right now I'm taking collagen supplements, so now I'm saying I don't even have to do that anymore.
Yeah, we can stimulate it, get it going on a cellular level.
Which is probably
I think that's
much better.
I'm sorry, Ida, did you say something?
Yeah, I was talking about the cellular level is probably a whole lot better than any type of supplement you can take, and it lasts for a while. Correct?
Absolutely. Well, anything that you take by mouth, it goes through your digestive system, and that's the natural acid that you have through your digestive tract, which is meant to break down our food. Like, it has a purpose. But by the time those supplements go through those things, a lot of it is kind of eaten away. So you don't get the full effect of it. It's not all going to be absorbed. This, on the other hand, it goes straight through the pore, straight to the cell, straight to the source. There's no dilution of it. And like I said, the way that the light pads are set up, there's so many microchips of these specific lights that have this specific wavelength in there that it's intense in terms of you're getting the highest amount of these wavelengths that you can anywhere else on the market, and actually in the state of Maryland, period. But you're getting a big result and a big dose of these healthy wavelengths that we all need.
And no side effects.
Zero side effects. I tell people the worst thing that could happen, then this is me being 100% transparent, the worst thing that will happen is that it doesn't work. If someone has a problem with their liver, if someone has kidney problems, any problems with those organs that we need for this to work, then, they may not see great results. So if someone has lymphatic system problems, lymphedema, those would be clients where I would say, okay, if you really want to try it, let's try it and see how it works on you. But I would go into it saying, hey, listen, these are the conditions that may affect your results. And then there are some people that, everybody's body is different. In this whole time that I have been doing this, and I have literally seen hundreds of clients, there's one person that the light by itself didn't really have a great effect on. She had some results, but not a lot. And that was one young lady. But we came back and we added cavitation to her sessions, and that really helped. So there's different types of fat. If you see someone who has that mushy, jiggly fat, and then you see some people who have that fat that's kind of hard. You have a belly, but it's just solid. You would almost think it's muscle, but it's not muscle. But that's how solid it is, how firm it is. That fat is a little harder to break up than that mushy, jiggly fat.
Along those lines, I know we're probably running out of time, but this is something that has concerned me as an older one, as a mature woman. I see a lot of young girls. They have not had children, but they have that immense overload of weight, of stomach fat, and it's jiggly.
Mm-hmm.
Can this be of help to them? I don't know
Absolutely.
What's going on with them physiologically. I don't know what's causing it. But it's really of concern because some of these, they're young girls. They're in their teens, some of them in their early teens. Can that help? Can this help?
It can definitely help. But the source of that, when you're that young, and this is a whole another issue, but sadly, and especially depending on where you live, just having a healthy diet is the problem. The food that we eat is so packed with sugars and bad carbs and things, and all of that goes straight to your stomach. It goes directly to your stomach. And these kids out here, they are out here drinking the energy drinks and the sodas and the candies and the, just bad food. And that's what we're seeing. And it's not even just that. There's been studies that have shown that babies are even being born heavier now than they were decades ago. And if you think about it, like people are having 8, 9, 10-pound babies, where the generations before us, that didn't really happen. And it's because the mom, while they are gestating, while they're carrying these children, it's because of what they're eating. So that's a whole other thing. But it's actually, it's kind of sad, because it's almost like when you have someone who starts out overweight, then it's a constant life struggle to even try to maintain a semi-normal weight. And when I see young girls or boys, when I see children that are like that, I feel bad for them, and I also get a little angry at the parents, because I just feel like, man, like this kid is set up for a life of struggle and just poor health, and they just don't even know it. And sometimes the parents don't even know it. Like,
right.
There's a serious, education deficit.
Yes,
Adrian,
I agree.
I know Ida, are we out of time? I'm sure
yes,
we are, but I just want to make an offer to Adrian. On that note, sometime in the spring of 2019, we are going to be doing a segment on mothers parenting, and this sounds like an excellent topic. If you would be willing to come back and talk about your experiences around that, what you're seeing, and giving our listening audience some assistance, because really so many young mothers who may not have the knowledge of nutrition and are unaware of the food industry and what it's doing to them and their children, they need this kind of information. So I'm going to leave that open-ended for you if you think you might be interested to come back in the spring and talk to us.
That sounds amazing. Count me in.
Okay. All right, Ida, would you like to take us out?
Oh, yeah. Well, Adrian, I am so grateful that you said yes. This information has been over the top. And I know I'm sitting here writing things down, and I know my audience is picking up some stuff as well. So I really appreciate you saying yes and coming on Just Minding My Business. And we are definitely going to have you again. Before we close out, can you just share your information one more time?
Absolutely. So, but before I do that, thank you so much for having me on. It has been just an absolute blast, and I love talking about what we do and just helping people. So thank you so much for that opportunity. But we are HourGlass Body Contouring Spa at 2080 York Road in the Phoenix Salon Suites in Lutherville, Timonium, suite number 121. Our phone number is 443-564-4422. And our website is hourglassbodyspa.com. And we're also, of course, on social media, Facebook and Instagram, as HourGlass Body Contouring Spa.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Adrian. We appreciate you and look forward to hearing your voice again.
Thank you, ladies. You have an amazing evening.
You do
too. Thank you so much, Adrian.
This show is brought to you by the amazing women of a Sister Circle Empowerment Network, ASCEN LLC, where we are never in competition, but always in collaboration. And our valuable sponsors, Prodigy Accounting Service, Next Generation Accounting to get you where you need to be. Contact them at prodigyact1@yahoo.com or online at www.fli-inc.com. Buying real estate can be one of those decisions. Don't experiment with your real estate investment. Contact Realtor Tia Lewis, mad scientist of real estate, creating the perfect formula to solve all of your real estate needs. For a free consultation, call 240-351-0258. Or would you like to know what a Sister Circle Empowerment Network, ASCEN LLC, is all about? Contact us today at asistercircle@gmail.com and visit our website at asistercircle.org. That's ASISTAS circle.org. voiceovers for A Sister Circle Empowerment Network, provided by Ruth Haskins, voiceover actor. To fulfill your professional voiceover needs or to receive her current professional demo, contact Ruth at 443-620-4115.
Thank you for tuning in to Just Minding My Business Radio. I'm your host, Ida Crawford. We hope you enjoyed the show and appreciate you stopping by. Many blessings to you and yours.